August. Don't miss Arian's Art on Wheels, September 12th through the 14th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets now at roadamerica.com.
Outfit your crew. Your workforce is your brand. From uniforms to safety apparel, Alpha Custom Apparel helps you outfit your team with gear that looks sharp and works hard. We create durable, functional apparel that keeps your crew comfortable and confident on the job. No more digging through endless catalogs. We handle the details so you can focus on running your business. With fast turnaround, custom options, and friendly Midwest service, we make it easy to keep your team looking their best. Visit alphacustomapparel.com. Let's get to work.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's time for the best 60 minutes of your life. This is the Homer Hour, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside former Badger and Packer Gary Ellerson, here's Emmy Award winner Homer.
The best 60 minutes of your day, the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. The final segment will be Fat Jack as he attempts to help you make money. He is on a blue flame smoking hot streak, especially with college football, so we'll be curious to see what he says about Wisconsin at Alabama. Now, former Badger, former Packer. So I think once you're a former, you're just Badger and Packer Gary Ellerson. That's a better way to say it. Good afternoon.
Sure. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing fine. I feel like the whole show should be tonight you taking calls from people and trying to get them to tone down just a little.
What do you mean?
I think you believe, based on the discussion last night or this morning on Green Bay game night, that you worry that people are get a little too excited so early, just 2 games in. And rather than discuss that with you, I think people should just call in 1-800-990-3776 with whatever opinion they have about the Green Bay Packers, and then you can address their thoughts.
Well, how about this? Let me just start with this. It's 2 games in. 2 games doesn't make a season. Now, obviously, they beat 2 playoff teams from last year, right? One got to the NFC Championship game. And both those teams had a better record than the Green Bay Packers. They were higher seeds. And so I would say Packer fans have a right to be happy. But there's a lot that goes on throughout a 17-game season. Now, if you just look at the game from yesterday, they played without 2 of their starting offensive linemen. Still won the game. Now, you look at Jaden Reed, he's probably going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. It's probably their best receiver. How do they overcome that? So there's always some things that you have to take a look at with this Packers team. There are going to be ebbs and flows. And if you want to be happy about it, fine. If you want, where do they play the Super Bowl? In Santa Clara?
Yes.
If you want to go ahead and buy your ticket to Santa Clara, I mean, I don't know if I'd do that. You make sure you can get your money back just in case.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Well,
getting tickets for the Super Bowl? I might get some plane tickets from Southwest, because if you don't use them, you can use all that money can be used again. So there's no risk.
Is that what you might do?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
There's no price to be paid because I'm going to fly Southwest somewhere else, and I get every penny back.
Yeah.
And I get it back forever.
Okay, good. So maybe you can do that.
I am going to do that, as a matter of fact.
Maybe you can do that.
Would you do that?
Find a place to stay.
I'm not worried about a place to stay because I'll. No, I don't. I mean, so I stay 90 miles away. I don't care. My standard is not like yours.
I care. I don't want. Yeah,
I know you.
90 miles away.
No. Well,
I
want my most hotels I believe should be under $100 a night. That's what I believe.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, sure it is. It's a question of how far away I got to go.
Okay,
there's a Motel 6 somewhere.
Okay.
I believe that I can get $100 a night for less than 60 miles from the stadium, but someone can work on that. But again, 1-800-990-3776. No, I think it's crazy to not crazy. I think it's a little bit too much to pick them to make the Super Bowl. Though Mark Tauscher earlier today said that they're now the favorite to win the NFC. I've got to check that because I can't believe they've passed Philly.
Yeah, is it Fat Jack?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he knows.
Right. Super Bowl odds.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
Let's see.
What you got?
I want to make sure. You always have to be sure that the date is right, so they're not.
Yeah.
Buffalo. Yeah. Whoa, they are. Buffalo plus 500. You bet 100, you win 500. Green Bay plus 600. Really? Baltimore plus 600. The Eagles plus 750. Oh, baby.
Okay.
That surprises me. I didn't think they would move ahead of Philly. Philadelphia is the defending Super Bowl champion, and it's not like they've done anything bad, right? They got most of their team back, right?
Yeah, right, and they got Kansas City Sunday, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I don't
telltale sign.
Right, if they lose to Kansas City, maybe. But that right. I gotta give. Let's go to bet. Yeah, the Philly plus 700, Green Bay plus 650. Yeah, when it started, they were at 2,000. Packers have, yes, yeah. Those that were said, Homer, that's a good bet to win the Super Bowl. They were correct.
To win or to go?
To win. Philly started at 650. You bet 100, you win 650. Now they're at 700. Baltimore, 600. This is what you would win if you bet 100. The Bills, you'd win 550. Kansas City, 1,200. The Lions, 1,800. San Francisco, 2,000. Washington, 2,500. And the Green Bay Packers, 650. They were at the opening odds. They were tied for 7th at 2,000. If you bet 100 now, you get 650.
Right.
The Bears are apparently $8 million. You bet 100 and they win the Super Bowl, you get $8 million. Wait, no, that's wrong. You only get 5,000. Tennessee Titans, you bet 100 and they win the Super Bowl, $25,000.
What was it? Do you remember the point spread last night?
I believe the Packers were favored by about 3.
Yeah, 2.5.
2.5. Well,
2.5.
Yeah, I mean they've won. They've won by 4.
So if you bet $10,000 on the Packers to win last night, how much would you have won?
Well, no, if you give up the 3 points, if you played the points, because there's also you would have won. I don't know, 90% of that. They take 10% or whatever. You'd want to. So you would have won. What did you say? I bet
10,000.
10,000. You'd win 9,800 or something like that. So
do I got to pay taxes on that?
Yes, you do. I believe it's over 600 or 1,000 or something like that. But what you do then is, not that I would support this, you buy a number of bets all under what the amount is. So you don't have, they don't know how many times you've bet.
Right. Okay.
Or maybe they do, but I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe you have, no, I don't. You don't need an ID. You only need an ID.
I would guess not.
No, but, so that's what they do. You say you're going to bet 10 grand, you'd have 20 people each bet $500 for you, and then you could cash them in without having to tax anything. I think. I'm not supporting behavior that would be against the law. But I don't think I don't think that's against the law. I can bet any way I want. It makes me bet a certain way. But yes, it has to be, as I think the odds are important. The odds makers, and I believe all that is now determined by AI, making it even tougher to gamble and win. From 2,000 to 650. They're the smoking hot team in the NFL. There's nobody that has had an impact like they have. Granted, they've played 2 games. But they have passed the Philadelphia Eagles. You win more money picking the Eagles to win the Super Bowl than you do picking the Packers. Think about that. When Tausch said it, I didn't believe it. So apparently the odds makers have not listened to you, because I believe you would say, Gary, that it's just it's a little early for that.
It is way early. But you got to have a line, but it's way early for that.
Yeah, I mean, you would if you were
they got the Browns coming up.
They do
in Cleveland,
mm-hmm.
And then they follow that up going to Dallas.
Right, and if they, as you alluded to last night, for those that weren't listening to Green Bay game night, winning on the road is tougher. Just is. I haven't even looked. The Packers, about 3-point favorites against Cleveland? That should be more than that now. Yeah. If they're the second favorite to win if they're the favorite to win the NFC, I would guess that they're. I don't know. Some of those, it may not be out yet because they're of all the games this week. Yeah. I'm guessing the Packers are against Cleveland probably favored by, I'll go with 4, something like that. But yeah, if they win at Cleveland and at Dallas, then they'll be a strong favorite.
They're favored by 7 right now.
By 7 at Cleveland.
At Cleveland.
So. What 1-800-990-3776. If you wish to have any comment you want about the Green Bay Packers. Everybody has a comment about the Green Bay Packers. Everybody. Jason Wilde did not like it when I said that Tucker Kraft is better than Mark Chmura. I didn't really think that was that outrageous, but he seemed to think it was. You saw Mark Chmura play. He was a good player. Tucker Kraft's better. What do you think, Coach?
I'm not getting into that.
What is wrong with this? What do you mean? Like, you can't judge people? That. What? All right. Who's better, Gary Ellerson or Ron Dane at Wisconsin?
How about this?
Yes. Ask about me. Make me compare myself to anybody else. I'll gladly do it.
No. I'm glad you said that, because how about this? The proof is in his pudding. The better overall production came from Ron Dane. But I believe if I had that offensive line, if I had that coach in that situation, I would have been just as good.
Whoa! I do not agree.
That's okay.
I know. I can't. You really believe that?
Well, I feel like I was more talented than he was coming out of high school.
Yeah, I guess. I can't. I did not see either of you. I'm just saying. Should that be our discount league or Twitter poll cost? Gary Ellerson says.
No, we're not doing. No, that's not the Twitter question. No, we're not doing that.
So because we've done that, so ask me to.
No.
You've compared yourself to Ron Dane.
Well, there is. I did not compare myself to Ron Dane.
You just said with the same line and the same coach.
No, you started that. You said.
Yeah, Ron Dane is better than you were in college. Yes, he's the all-time. Yes. And it wasn't just because of the line and the coach. Those were helpful. I do not believe you would have equaled what Ron Dane did had you been in his exact same position at Wisconsin, which is what you said, I think.
Yeah. I think I would have.
And see, that's fine. I don't.
If you go based on talent, I mean, that's what you have to. Because a lot of guys, and I think I've told you this story. You probably can look him up. Ricardo Lockett. Sometimes it's about where you are, and it is luck of the draw who you get drafted by. I believe Ricardo Lockett, who went to my high school, I think he didn't get drafted a free agent. I think he may have played in 4 Super Bowls and probably played in the league like 5 years.
Yeah.
But he was able to get on the right teams in the right spot at the right time. A lot of that plays into a lot of stuff with a lot of guys. Guys' careers that don't make it should have made it, but they're in a bad situation.
Yeah, see,
a lot of that happens.
I don't think a lot of that happens. I think it happens, but I would say
God,
not.
yes.
I would say not very often.
Oh God, yes, it does. Happens a lot, more than you think.
What do I think? I think the talent that you have is way more important than the team you're on. The talent you're on will determine.
Put it. How about this? I'm gonna bring it up to speed to you.
All right.
If Saquon Barkley was still with the New York Giants, he would never be considered as a Hall of Famer. Right now, with the Philadelphia Eagles, he's trending to be a NFL Hall of Famer. That would never happen with the Giants. He probably wouldn't even make it because he'd probably be hurt.
Well, we'll see. I mean, that would seem to be possible.
He just rushed for 2,000 yards.
I understand.
That would never happen with the New York. That would have happened with the Giants. Never.
Yes, that's correct. But how good was he with the Giants?
It's right, and it's about. I mean, Charles Woodson was probably going to be a Hall of Famer, but most certainly the Super Bowl, right, added to his trophy case, put him in a whole other stratosphere.
Right, but that's because the Packers believe that he could still.
Well, it goes back to my point. What I'm trying to tell you is that certain guys get in certain situations, sometimes no fault of their own, where they can't succeed.
Yes, I think it happens, but I think you're overstating how often
right now. It happens a lot. That's why I said to you right now, Saquon Barkley will be that one of those guys right now today. Had he was with the New York Giants, he'd have never rushed for 2,000 yards, and right now he's trained to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Right. Now, with the Giants, he rushed for 1,300, 1,000, 1,300. I mean, he had some good years. Not as good as that one. We'll see what he can do in the future. So, yes.
Exactly.
But he's pretty good. Right? I mean, I don't know.
He would, right, but he would have just been pretty good. There's a lot of pretty good guys.
Okay, I don't know how many. He's got 7,000 yards. We'll see at some point. Will he have more because of Philadelphia? Yes. But
better ran organization.
Yeah.
Everything's better there.
But I don't know. We'll go back what he would have had with the Giants. Say he has, 10,000, 12,000. He would still have been pretty good. It elevates him a little bit. I think Charles Woodson would have been in the Hall of Fame even if he hadn't played for the Packers.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, agreed.
But
the Super Bowl cemented everything.
Yes, it did. Yes. As Saquon Barkley, the view of his career is going to be cemented by that year.
Right. And I believe this, had the Packers won back-to-back Super Bowls, LeRoy Butler would have been in the Hall of Fame much sooner than that.
I agree with that, but that's the Hall of Fame. That doesn't mean he was any different as a player. This means the appreciation.
Right, and that's what I'm going through with the Saquon Barkley thing too. It's still about numbers and things that you achieve, accolades that you achieve. He wouldn't achieve those accolades he's with the Giants.
Well, but even if he had,
He just been a guy.
if the Eagles hadn't have been that good a team and won the Super Bowl, the view of what he did wouldn't be where it is. It'd be, Saquon Barkley, 2,000 yards. If they'd have lost, let's say, in the NFC Championship game, it would be great season, but different when you win the Super Bowl.
The 2,000 yards plus the Super Bowl trending to be a Hall of Famer.
Yes. You need that something, and that is his something.
Yeah.
So, if he has a number of others.
Yeah.
I don't know how many thousands you need. 1-800-990-3776. You can either listen to us discuss. Another one.
Here's another one. You ready for another one? Here's another one.
All right. Well, there have been a lot of play. What?
Michael Parsons.
No.
Michael Parsons
No.
right now.
No.
Right now, they'll remember his career in Dallas. But if he gets one here with a Super Bowl with the Packers, boom, takes off.
No, it doesn't take off. He's in the Hall of Fame right now already. He didn't have to do anything in Green Bay. He's in the Hall of Fame. He has set a standard.
He does. Yeah, he does.
No, he doesn't.
No. He's paid 4 years.
I know, but he set an incredible record. He doesn't need to do anything in Green Bay that he didn't do in Dallas.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
To what? To be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, no, he's going to have a better career in Green Bay.
Wow. I'd have to look. His team might win more games. I don't know.
Yes.
You think
he's going to have a better overall career in
He's
Green
going to
Bay.
have more sacks, or what's he going to do that's better? I got to look at that. I don't know about that. But
What's the most sacks he's had in a year?
I don't know. Let's go. He's been double figures. Well, we will look that up. We're going to take a break. 1-800-990-3776. If you wish to participate or comment on the Green Bay Packers, they are 2-0. They defeated Washington the same way they defeated Detroit. They whooped them, and Washington, with a score at the end of the game, changed it from the Homer final of 27-10 to 27-18. Just like Detroit, the Packers beat them, the Homer final, 27-6, and their final score made it in the official NFL book 27-13. But don't make the mistake. To judge the team and judge the defense, they gave up 6 and 10 points. Remember that. 6 and 10, not 13 and 18. We'll look up Parsons next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Westbound 894, there is an accident just west of Loomis Road. It's off on the right shoulder. Not really in traffic, but just something to keep in mind. Southbound 43 backing up from Good Hope Road down past Bender, and then back on the brakes from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette to the KK River. Westbound 94, you're seeing delays from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes from Highway 100 into Waukesha County. You got pockets all the way to Barker Road. Eastbound's got some backups as well from Highway 16 past Barker Road, and then again back on the brakes from 92nd Street to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Morningstar Golfers Club. Tee it up at Morningstar Golfers Club. Championship greens, breathtaking views, and a golf experience you won't forget. Book your tee time today at golfthestar.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, chance of showers and storms, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 63. Tomorrow, chance of showers and storms as well, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 77. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe.
To you by the Ad Council and its Pre-Diabetes Awareness Partners.
Milwaukee. It's your boy Bert Kreischer, the Machine.
Woo, I'm back, baby.
And I'm bringing the Permission to Party World Tour to the Fiserv Forum September 19th.
Don't let them forget who you are and what you do.
Get your tickets at BertBertBert.com. I'll see you there.
Best Marquette games ever, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Best to the best, easy. National Championship game, 1977. Beat North Carolina 67-59 because 14 of 15 from the free throw line in the final 2 minutes in 8 1-and-1 situations. Back then, no getting 10 fouls and 2 automatic free throws. 8 1-and-1s, missed the first free throw once, and 14 of 14 in the other 7 1-and-1s. Oh, baby, national champs forever. If you're a company owner offering medical insurance for your employees, you may be sick and tired of the constant increase in rates or change in benefits. Now's the time to take a look at a different type of plan. At Saganiac Planning, it's called level funding, an opportunity to keep premiums low and possibly receive a return of your premiums. For more on level funding, call Jack Saganiac, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of the Neal Group and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. We help people solve tough tax and financial problems so they can move forward with clarity and confidence in their business or personal lives. Our why is simple: to make a real difference for people who feel stuck, frustrated, or ignored, and give them the tools they need to succeed. We helped Nate fix a tax mess with the IRS created by one of those national firms and saved him over $103,000 in penalties and over $152,000 in taxes by knowing what the tax law was. We saved many marriages by tax planning with couples so they lowered their tax owed on April 15th. Imagine the stress lifted off their shoulders after they talked with us. You earned it. We help you keep it. Call us now at 414-325-2040 to arrange a meeting to see how we can help you. Don't wait. Call now. That's 414-325-2040 or visit nealgroup.net.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Discussing the Green Bay Pirates, the Gary Ellison Homer Hour. Fat Jack with his way of helping you gamble. It's tough. You can win money. Just look at the numbers. You go to fatjacksports.com. He doesn't hide anything. Will the Wisconsin Badgers beat Alabama tomorrow? Yes or no? I vote no. Gary Ellison, can you vote no, or will you just pass?
What Vegas say?
Vegas says Alabama by 21, I believe. Yeah. It would be a heck of an impressive prediction if you picked Wisconsin and they won. All right, we'll move on.
Jesus. I'm gonna watch it though.
I am as well. Early game.
I got my son's grandson. My son's son, which is my grandson, he plays at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm going to go watch that, and then I'll be home in time to watch the Badgers.
Man, is there any chance that a relative of yours could be as good as you? I guess it's a chance, but that's not how I would bet.
Man, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that there's I may have a shot at one, looks like.
All right, what would be your tip? What would be your tip? You realize this kid could play in the NFL, because to me that's the standard, right?
Well, you don't know that till they get in high school.
Really?
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
All
right. How soon in high school?
Yeah,
you don't know for sure, but.
Yeah, you don't know for sure, but they got to be in high school for you to have some sort of inkling.
But if you realize that he could play in the NFL, what would you tell him? What would be your biggest piece of advice?
Oh, well, most important part would be how to invest your money.
That's true. Yes, because that money could be coming in. If you're playing, if you can play in the NFL, you'd be making some money in college.
Yeah, so, right now. Yeah.
Call Jim McIlvain. He'll tell you to get an IRA.
Oh my God, that McIlvain, that contract was incredible.
I know. Worst at the time, viewed as the worst contract in NBA history. And when I asked him about it, you know what he said?
What?
If it's going to be someone, might as well be me.
My man.
He wasn't at all bothered. He and George Karl got along well. He wasn't. Hey, they paid me. I'll play. All right, Mike. Micah Parsons, 13 sacks, 13 and a half, 14 sacks, 12 sacks. He doesn't have to do any more than that with Green Bay, and he's in the Hall of Fame. Team doesn't even have to do it. There's no pressure for him to do any more than he's done.
Well, so you're saying he just got to average the 12, 13 sacks?
Yeah, do what he did there. That'll be good enough. His ability to win is going to be determined by his teammates, coach, and everything, because they didn't win diddly in Dallas because their owner, Jerry Jones, has not been to an NFC championship game in 30 years. So, and that's 26 before Parsons showed up for the last 4. So any additional benefit?
I would say this to you. He could average 10 sacks with a Super Bowl and still be first ballot Hall of Famer from here on in.
Yeah. Well, now we're just arguing how quickly.
But that's less. That's less than what he did in Dallas.
Right.
The Super Bowl is what gets it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, it'll be
right now. I'm gonna say this to you right now. How many snaps did he play? How many snaps did he play last night? Anybody know?
No, I don't. He had
out of 60.
He didn't play many. He didn't play that many.
Well, he played more. He played more than the last.
Right,
game,
but
the
he
last
didn't.
Game we played like 20.
You noticed him out a number. He didn't play. He's not close to the norm, right?
Who is your guy? Who's in the room over there?
In my room? No one. I'm here alone.
No,
you mean the producer?
Yeah.
Will Summers.
Can you ask Will to see how
he
many
can hear
snaps
everything?
Michael Parsons.
What does he
ask
need?
Will how many snaps Michael Parsons.
He can.
I believe
Will how many snaps.
He had somewhere between 45 and 50 last night.
Yeah.
Out of a possible how many? 60?
Yeah, I think a little more, maybe like 65, 70. I'm not sure the for sure numbers. I've just seen his total snap count.
Right, still way less than he'll get eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's.
What do you mean way less?
Well, the percentage is going to be higher. He's still not playing near. And I would emphasize that he's in the Hall of Fame. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure anybody has ever done what he's done his first 4 years and not made the Hall of Fame, unless. But somebody can look that up. 13 and a half, and he's won various awards in terms of being All-Pro, or I don't count Pro Bowl anymore. Too many people get into the Pro Bowl. 1-800-990-3776. Everybody's happy. If you owe somebody some money, call, and they live in Wisconsin, call them now, because you got a chance of getting a deal now more than normal, because everybody's excited about the Green Bay Packers. You know, the only discussion, Gary, is not if they're going to be good, but how good. How good? They're going to win the Super Bowl? They're going to make the Super Bowl? They're going to make the NFC Championship game? That's all there is, and they're capable of any or all of those, or they're capable of all of those.
Any or all.
Yeah, I would say right now, and it's just 2 games in, and these things can change. By the end of the year, we could be saying, "Can you believe the Packers were the favorite in the NFC after their first 2 wins?" But they got to make at least the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, they do.
And I don't know. I ask you this. So hold on, let's get to Joe first. Joe, you're on with Gary Ellerson. You two chat, and I'll listen. Joe, this is the Gary Ellerson Homer Hour. Take it away.
Gentlemen, hello. I just want to let you know I'm surprised that this wasn't known, but as far as sacks in the first 4 years, you can't say anyone that's done that isn't in the Hall of Fame, because Reggie White is the only person to do that. They're the only two people that have done that.
And double figures all of his first 4 years. Would that be it? What you're referring to, or 12 or more? 12 or more.
Whatever the number is, 80 or whatever the number is. I've heard it numerous times that him and Reggie White are the only ones.
It's going to be really hard for Micah Parsons, regardless of the team he plays for, to not make the Pro Football Hall of Fame. How about that? That's what we'd like to thank the person calling in to give us more information. Do I feel like we should have known that? I think I maybe saw that, but this is more about the Green Bay Packers. 1-800-990-3776. We need to take a break. And then,
let's go.
Do you believe that with the same team and same coaches in the NFL, you would have been as good as Jim Brown?
No.
Okay. So it's different. Ron Dane and Jim Brown. All right.
Well, look at Jim Brown's career.
Yeah. Correct. In the pros. Yep. 1-800-9.
He doubled down on it. He had a hell of a high school career, he had a hell of a college career, and he had a hell of a pro career.
Yeah, I still think that.
Did Gino Toretta win the Heisman Trophy?
He did. No, I believe.
And what did he do in the NFL?
Absolutely nothing. I still believe that Jim Brown's the greatest running back in the history of the game of football.
Yeah. That's what my dad said that.
I know. So that's being old. I could say Don Hudson was the greatest wide receiver. I won't do that.
You know who I really like? You know who I really like? He's probably not in that group, but that damn Tony Canadeo impressed me.
Yes.
But that's too old for you people out there.
It is. It is definitely old. The player that I have not given enough credit to is Barry Sanders. Like, it's possible Barry Sanders was as good as Jim Brown. The stuff he did was...
Yes. Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
The Gary Ellison Homer Hour continues with Fat Jack in a few minutes next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Westbound 894, there is an accident just west of Loomis Road. It's off on the right shoulder. Not really in traffic, but just something to keep in mind. Southbound 43, backing up from Good Hope Road down past Bender, and then back on the brakes from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette to the KK River. Westbound 94, you're seeing delays from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes from Highway 100 into Waukesha County. You got pockets all the way to Barker Road. Eastbound's got some backups as well from Highway 16 past Barker Road, and then again back on the brakes from 92nd Street to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Morningstar Golfers Club. Tee it up at Morningstar Golfers Club. Championship greens, breathtaking views, and a golf experience you won't forget. Book your tee time today at golfthestar.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, chance of showers and storms, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 63. Tomorrow, chance of showers and storms as well, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 77. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Radio Sports Beat with Freddie Coleman.
So that was what the fuss was all about with J.J. McCarthy, the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. Although, boy, oh boy, it didn't look that way early on. The first 3 quarters against the Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings down 17-6. J.J. McCarthy throwing that pick 6, and plenty of people, maybe even you on social media, were saying, hey, J.J. McCarthy, welcome to the NFL. But then in the fourth quarter, J.J. McCarthy said, hey, NFL, welcome to my world. Any play that needed to be made with his arm, with his legs, with his head, with his mind, everything came and manifested itself himself in that fourth quarter. Whatever play needed to be made, J.J. McCarthy was at the forefront of it. So that's what the fuss was all about. That's why Minnesota said, we don't need Aaron Rodgers and go after him. We don't need to keep Sam Darnold. All we needed was dynamite J.J. McCarthy, and that's what he was in his hometown Chicago, winning his first ever NFL start. In 60 seconds, relax, Bears fans. Your quarterback, Caleb Williams, will be just fine.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
GNC knows that you're not always feeling it at the gym, but don't get down, get lit, and get more out of every workout. Beyond Raw Lit is a clinically dosed pre-workout that flips the switch and gives you more energy, focus, intensity, and pumps. The perfect combo for a killer workout. Plus, it's got incredible flavors and thousands of 5-star reviews, so you know it's good. Pick it up at GNC stores or go to gnc.com.
Boy, didn't that look really, really special early with Caleb Williams, quarterback of the Chicago Bears, with the new head coach / play caller Ben Johnson, completing his first 10 passes, running for his first NFL touchdown. Visions of Super Bowls dancing in the heads of Chicago Bears fans in 2025. But then, and it completely fell apart in the fourth quarter. And give a lot of credit to the Minnesota Vikings defense that made Caleb Williams go from Superman to not even Robin, to not even Ant-Man, especially in the fourth quarter, reverting back to a lot what we saw last year. But remember, Chicago Bears fans, he is in good hands, not just with his talent, but the head coach in charge of things, Ben Johnson. It's going to be a lot more right than wrong. And maybe, just maybe, the Bears could be a playoff team when it's all said and done this year. But Bears fans, RELAX, relax. Caleb is going to be just fine at quarterback. For the ESPN Radio Sports Beat, I'm Freddie Coleman of ESPN Radio's Freddie and Harry.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We only got a few minutes left before Fat Jack. Marquette and Wisconsin women's volleyball square off Wednesday at Fiserv Forum. 17,000 plus in 2023 when they played at Fiserv. NCAA indoor record for a regular season match. Make plans to see the in-state rivals play at Fiserv on Wednesday, the 17th, next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Marquette, or you can win 4 tickets right now. Caller 4, caller 5. Caller 4, caller 5. Each is going to get 4 tickets to the volleyball match between Marquette and Wisconsin. 2 each? Oh. Not what we've been giving away. We've been giving away 4 tickets for every sign. Okay. So we've been giving away 4, and you say we have 2 winners because we didn't do a show yesterday? All right, 2 winners. Each get 4. If you get 2, blame me, but should get 4, I think. Caller 4, caller 5, 1-800-990-3776. Caller 4 and caller 5. David. Can we get to David? David, you're on with Gary Ellerson. Let her fly.
Well, thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
I am on Team Gary and Team Homer, so I have 2 points. My first point is look at Sterling Sharp, right? He had a limited career in the NFL and made it to the Hall of Fame. Parsons is the same way. If he had an injury tomorrow and his career ended, I say he's still in the Hall of Fame.
He's got 4 years. I think Sterling Sharp had 6, but it's an excellent point. Gale Sayers, his career was very short, and they appreciated his greatness. Yeah.
And then to Gary's point of players with talent in the wrong situation shining in a better situation. Look at Sam Darnold and how he how do I want to say this?
He was way better.
At Minnesota. Yeah, for sure. And look at our backup quarterback from Tennessee, right? He didn't have the right situation. He would be a starter on many other teams. But, and the Packers brought out the best in him. So those are my points. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you. Also, we have another one from John. Gary is right. Parsons will have to play at least 6 years, kind of like Sterling Sharp. Now, where he could really shine with Green Bay is if they use him and not overuse him like Dom Capers did with Julius Peppers. I'd say that. The Bears used him on 99.9% of the plays, and he tired out by the end of the year, and he was beaten and nicked up. If the Packers use him, Parsons, 75% of the time, mostly in passing situations, he'll avoid the wear and tear, and the Packers will have a pass rusher for a decade. Use him like San Francisco used to use Fred Dean. You got to be old for that. What do you think about not overusing him or picking the spots with Micah Parsons? You're paying him a ton of money, but take it from there, Gary. I'm not hearing you.
Julius Peppers.
Yeah.
You're not hearing me?
No, I am now. I didn't initially.
That's because you were talking.
Nope. Nope. But generally it might be, but not this time. All right, Julius Peppers.
Well, Julius Peppers came here. Was he in his 30s already?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that's
so
a
he
good
was
point.
already at the end. He was already at the end. Michael Parsons is 26 years old. So you probably got a good 4 years with Michael Parsons before you start thinking about situational pass rusher.
Okay. I'll go with you on that.
I mean, Reggie White, I think, was 31 when he got here.
Right. But you know Reggie was a freak.
But didn't matter.
Yes. All right, I got one last question for you before we go to Fat Jack. How much of the credit defensively do you give to Jeff Hafley and evaluate his performance and part to this incredibly impressive defense through 2 games?
Here's the thing. I didn't feel like, and I only watched the Cowboys sparingly, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But it feels like in Green Bay that they are all working together, where I felt like Michael Parsons was a one-man game.
Because the Packers have more talent than Dallas did? Or
I believe so, yes.
Right.
Well, and the coaching and the camaraderie, the way that locker room is, they're not selfish. They're not. Is more. It feels like it's more of a team effort than what Michael Parsons is playing on right now. That he's not a one-man band. Now they're moving around all over the place, rightly so. But it feels more like a team than it is. And because the reason why they're moving, according to Jerry, is that he couldn't play the run.
Yeah. I also want to give you the tip on this.
Our run defense is outstanding.
Unbelievably good. They're just kicking butt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which means that they all are working together. That's my point.
The discussion may have started somewhere, but not that much, but it's going to increase. The belief that you better do that defense this year because Jeff Hafley's gone after this season. Gone. Head coach somewhere else.
Only if they go or win the Super Bowl.
All right.
He hasn't done enough yet.
You only got to convince one.
But there, of course, I mean, you never say never.
Duly noted.
You're right.
Good.
You're right.
I'm glad
you're right.
I
You're
think, I don't. It's a personal thing, money, power, all that kind of stuff.
If they go win a Super Bowl, he's for sure gone.
Yes.
He'll have his picking.
If they get to the Super Bowl, if they have this they get to the Super Bowl and have this incredible defensive season, then I'll call you, and it might be just a flip of the coin.
Well, then you know what it turns into? It turns into like the Detroit Lions. You're going to lose coaches. So Stenovich is going to be gone.
Yeah.
Hafley's going to be gone. They're going to start losing everybody.
Yeah, that's that comes with the territory. That's a small price to pay for winning, and I'll gladly have them leave if it means winning. The Gary Ellison Homer Hour. Next up, Fat Jack. Listen closely. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's your boy Bert Kreischer, the Machine.
Woo! I'm back, baby!
And I'm bringing the Permission to Party World Tour to the Fiserv Forum September 19th.
Don't let them forget who you are and what you do.
Get your tickets at BertBertBert.com. I'll see you there.
Best Marquette games ever, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Top of the list, 77 national championship game, win over North Carolina 67-59. Butch Lee, the most outstanding player, but freshman Bo Ellis played 39 of 40 minutes. No freshman plays that much in a national championship game. He did. Al McGuire, greatest defensive coach in state history. Marquette, second in the country, giving up only 59 points per game. Oh, baby, perfect final, 67-59. If you're a company owner offering medical insurance for your employees, you may be sick and tired of the constant increase in rates or change in benefits. Now's the time to take a look at a different type of plan. At Saganiac Planning, it's called level funding, an opportunity to keep premiums low and possibly receive a return of your premiums. For more information, call John Saganiac Jr. Level Funding, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
The grill is hot, the crowd is loud, and the flavor? That's all Coop's Mustard. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For over 125 years, Coop's has been the MVP of game day eats with 14 bold flavors that make every brat, burger, and pretzel a championship bite. Because Coop's isn't your ordinary mustard. It's extraordinary mustard. The kind that turns tailgates into traditions and touchdowns into taste bud celebrations. This football season, bring the bold, bring the flavor, bring Coop's. Coop's Mustard, spreading the love since 1897.
Kick off your game day with a shine. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash now with 7 convenient locations across greater Milwaukee, including the brand new location in New Berlin. The best part? Your very first wash is absolutely free when you sign up online. That's a $25 value on us. At Tsunami Express, you'll enjoy premium washes that protect your car, plus free vacuums and detailing tools to keep your ride looking spotless inside and out. Fast, easy, and always looking its best. Roll into the game feeling confident and clean. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's Friday. Whether the Packers play, win, or lose, you need Fat Jack because it's hard. Gambling is tough. You need him more than ever. You go to FatJackSports.com. I know he's got some stuff figured out. We'll get to Wisconsin. We'll get to the Packers. Jack, good afternoon. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon to you. Really good week last week, actually 6-0 on Saturday alone. So that really keyed the entire week. You know, at week 0, we had gone 12-3 with all selections on Saturday. We were 7-3 with football the next week. We were 9-4 this last week, including 6-0 with a lot of easy wins on Saturday in the likes of Nebraska, giving 34, they won 69-0. Oregon giving 28, won 69-3. A couple of totals under with West Virginia under, the Oklahoma-Michigan game under, both went under by at least 20 points or so. So really, really easy Saturday. Gave a little bit back on Sunday, but a really, really nice week. Homer, if we made about 4.5 units of profit in football last week. If you make 4 units a week, that's a $100 player makes about $6,000 over the course of the season at 4 units a week. And then you pay $2,000 or actually less than that to get the plays. You're making about $4,000, a little under $4,000 betting on sports as a $100 player. If you're expecting more than that, then you don't know what you're doing. You need to recalibrate your expectations, because that is a really good year. Another good week last week. Excited about this week as well. As I know Packer fans are excited about the win last night and the rest of the season.
Well, let's deal with that. Well, no, I got to go back. You gave up tons of points. You mentioned the 2 games won Nebraska. I know you don't like to do that. The great players like you're looking at that underdog first. So something had to be easy to you to give up that many points and then win by that many points. Can you tell us?
Yeah, it's all matchups. So Oregon, Mike Gundy had spent the entire week complaining about NIL and paying players and all that kind of stuff. OSU is horrible anyway. Now everybody kind of knows they're horrible after a game or so. And so the key is getting out in front of these things. So before everybody else knows they're horrible, you take advantage of that. And you only play the big numbers when a team, even if they call off the dogs, even if they stop trying, they're going to still score points based on either how bad the opponent is or the fact that their offense is just set up with third and fourth teamers to do exactly the same thing. Another one of our wins was Texas Tech. They were given 47. And they were at 48-0 at half, and then basically let the ball boy play. And if you were selling hot dogs, you got to play. In the second half, they went to players that nobody ever even heard of, ended up winning by 48. But you have to be careful at how these teams approach the second half. Sometimes they're just so much superior to their opponent, you can feel comfortable laying the big number. Other times, to your point, you don't want to do that because the back door will be left open. They'll put in backups, and anybody with a little bit of competency will cover a number late.
All right, let's get to the Packers. Are they better, or they've covered easily in the first 2 games, but it's the future, not the past? How should people look at the Packers?
I think where the Packers are now, especially after last night, I think is probably where they are. But after Detroit, they were a little bit overvalued, to be frank. I told you before we started the season, I felt like Detroit was one of the teams that would have a regression. They didn't do a lot in the offseason, had to change their coordinators, that they were a team that was probably due to step back. So there was a little bit of an asterisk there. You certainly expect Green Bay to be heading the trajectories upwards for sure, where some of the teams are going backwards. Washington's a better win, though. They dominated that game, even though the back door was left open late. They dominated that game. So I think that's probably where they are. Second, third best team somewhere in the NFC, and that's kind of where their betting numbers are. They're behind Philadelphia, and then it's kind of wide open after that. It's going to be a good year to be a Packers fan because they're doing good things on both sides of the ball, providing they stay healthy. Jordan Love certainly has taken that next step. I talked about him for a couple of years and not being able to have accuracy down the field. You can tell the game has slowed down for him. He is hitting those throws. Things have slowed down. It's a good year to be a Packers fan for sure.
Now, you always help me out because I mess up, and I'm thinking I'm just taking the Packers every week. I don't care how many points until they lose. I'm playing the hot team. Is that a bad approach?
Well, with the points, Homer, that's the deal. You're going to lay the point. Now, if you're going to say money line the Packers, they're going to win more games than they don't, for sure, than they won't, for sure. But when the points are factored in, this is not a team that's probably going to be, 14 covers out of the year, 15 covers out of the year, and you've already missed 2 of them. So if you hadn't bet the last 2, most teams are around 500 in the cover category, and teams that get hot and the general public knows are hot, most of the time are not going to cover more times than not going forward. This week, just think about these teams are the most bet teams this week. Philadelphia, Buffalo, and then you have Detroit. People expect a rebound. Denver, they expect them to cover New England. Those are the most bet games this week. A lot of those teams, what they have in common are they're good football teams. People aren't factoring in the spread. They're just playing the better team.
Now we get to a team that in Wisconsin, people I think have lost a great deal of faith, and that's Wisconsin. Huge underdog at Alabama. I don't know what to do. I don't know if. Talk to me, Wisconsin, Alabama.
Yeah, I think they're in trouble. I think this is one of those that if you can't score, you can't cover numbers. Alabama, this is not your grandfather's Alabama. This is not Nick Saban's Alabama. This team needs confidence. They need some big wins. The name on the front of the jersey with Wisconsin coming to town would be a good win for them. I think if they can win by 40, they will. And I don't know, Wisconsin's offense has not been any good. Wisconsin 2-5 against the spread their last 7. Their defense is not traveling. 4-1 to the over their last 5 on the road. So if you're going on the road, you're giving up points and you're not scoring any points. That's a bad combination. Also, Alabama really good against the Big Ten in recent history. They're 9-3 against the spread. Their last 12 against the Big Ten. So, yeah, I don't know that. Unlike a Packers fan, this is how it always works, right? You can't get the college and the NFL team all clicking on the same time. You normally have one backing up a little bit. I think that's probably what we're seeing here. Wisconsin, not a good spot for them this weekend, but we'll just hang on to the Packers win until they have to lose a game.
Talking with Fat Jack, you go to fatjacksports.com. Fatjacksports.com. You've always needed him. Now you need him even more because it's so complicated and they want you to play huge parlays. And just listen to Fat Jack. I've said I don't know anything about college football. You might. Are you getting smarter or is it still iffy?
6-0 speaks for itself, Homer, and not even close. I mean, the games we won were all except one. There was one lucky play, or I guess a little luck. It was a toss-up game. The rest of them by 20 or 30 points. So we were absolutely dialed in college. Frankly, the NFL, this is always a big week in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
A couple more colleges to look at that are interesting, maybe not from a gambling standpoint as much, but a team like Texas A&M going to Notre Dame. These are two teams going opposite directions as it relates to covering the number. A&M's 3-12 against the spread under their current head coach. That was second worst in the nation last year. They're going to Notre Dame. It's 29-14-1 against the spread under Freeman, and that's since 2022. I mean, that's the second best, or that's the best in the nation as far as percentage to cover. But you've got the young quarterback at Notre Dame. I think that game probably goes under the total is the better spot there if you're going to be betting on that marquee game. An easier spot, I think, Oklahoma travels to Philadelphia to play Temple. This OU team, it's a classic letdown spot. Michigan, they just beat. They have Auburn on deck. Oklahoma, some coaches care about covering, some don't. Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss obviously does. Brett Venables does not. Temple, new head coach there, came from Sam Houston. He was 98-39 at Sam Houston, a really good record. They're 2-0 this year by a combined score of 97-17. OU's gone under both games this year. They're 2-5 against the spread. Their last 7 on the road. Temple 6-1. Their last 7 at home against the spread. And OU, after covering, Homer, 1-8 against the spread. They almost always don't cover back-to-back games. So there's easier spots than some of these marquee games. I would say Temple plus the points is a good one. 189 everything through Monday, or 249 with the players props through Monday. UFC and soccer going all weekend. Get signed up and win this weekend.
FatJackSports.com. Next.
Westbound 894, there is an accident just west of Loomis Road. It's off on the right shoulder. Not really in traffic, but just something to keep in mind. Southbound 43 backing up from Good Hope Road down past Bender, and then back on the brakes from Capitol Drive down through the Marquette to the KK River. Westbound 94, you're seeing delays from about 20th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes from Highway 100 into Waukesha County. You got pockets all the way to Barker Road. Eastbound's got some backups as well from Highway 16 past Barker Road, and then again back on the brakes from 92nd Street to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Morningstar Golfers Club.